The world was shocked when news broke of Robert Cosby Jr.'s untimely death. At just 27 years old, he was a rising star, a young man full of talent, ambition, and a promise for the future. But behind the headlines and the social media tributes, a dark and troubling story was unfolding, a story that went far beyond a simple overdose. Friends and family were left grappling with questions that had no easy answers. How could someone so full of life vanish so suddenly? What really happened in those final hours? Robert Cosby Jr.'s passing initially appeared to be a tragic result of substance abuse, a scenario all too familiar in the world of young celebrities. Yet, as details from the autopsy began to emerge, it became painfully clear that there was far more to his death than anyone had imagined. The official report hinted at disturbing complications, including evidence of multiple substances in his system and signs that his body had undergone severe stress before his passing. Every revelation left fans reeling, desperate to understand the truth behind the headlines. Friends describe Robert as someone with a magnetic personality. He was the kind of person who could light up a room with his smile, whose laughter was contagious, and whose presence left a lasting impression on everyone he met. Yet, beneath this cheerful exterior, those closest to him noticed struggles that were rarely visible to the public. Late-night texts, mysterious absences, and whispered worries painted a picture of a young man quietly wrestling with pressures most could never imagine. The day Robert was found unresponsive remains etched in the memories of those who knew him. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but despite their efforts, nothing could bring him back. The scene, initially thought to be a tragic but straightforward overdose, was later examined with far more scrutiny. Toxicology reports revealed a combination of substances that, together, created a deadly cocktail. Yet experts noted that the presence of these substances alone did not fully explain the severity of the collapse. Questions began to mount. Was there something or someone else involved? Were there underlying health complications that had gone unnoticed? Autopsy reports further complicated the narrative. The medical examiner highlighted signs of unusual physical stress that were inconsistent with a typical overdose scenario. Internal organ damage, unexplained bruising, and other subtle indicators suggested that Robert's final hours were far more harrowing than anyone had publicly known. Each detail seemed to pull back the curtain on a tragic story of a young man caught in a storm he couldn't escape. Social media erupted as fans, friends, and fellow artists mourned the loss of Robert Cosby Jr. Tributes poured in from across the globe, celebrating his music, his charisma, and the moments he had shared with his audience. Yet alongside the outpouring of love came speculation, rumors, and conspiracy theories. The public, desperate to make sense of the tragedy, debated whether his death was purely accidental or if darker forces had played a role. The intense scrutiny placed additional pressure on his family, who were already struggling to navigate their grief while facing relentless questions from the media. But amidst the chaos and heartbreak, there emerged a deeper narrative about the pressures faced by young stars in the limelight. Robert's story is not just a cautionary tale about substance abuse. It is a stark reminder of the mental and emotional toll of fame, of living under a microscope where every mistake is magnified and every struggle becomes a headline. Experts have long warned that the entertainment industry can be unforgiving, with young talents often lacking the support systems they desperately need. Robert's death serves as a painful testament to that reality. In the wake of his passing, investigators are meticulously piecing together the events that led to that fateful day. Every text message, every phone call, every interaction is being examined to uncover the truth. While some details remain confidential, law enforcement has confirmed that there are ongoing inquiries into the circumstances surrounding his death. Families, fans, and friends hold their breath, hoping for clarity, justice, or, at the very least, answers. Robert Cosby Jr.'s legacy, however, refuses to fade. His music continues to resonate with fans, his energy remembered in interviews, performances, and personal anecdotes shared by those who knew him best. And while the world grapples with the mystery of his final moments, his story shines a spotlight on a larger conversation, one about the hidden struggles of young people the dangers of unchecked pressures, and the urgent need for awareness around mental health and substance use. Ultimately, Robert's death is a tragic reminder that what we see on the surface often hides deeper, unseen battles. It challenges us to look beyond the headlines, to approach the stories of young celebrities with empathy, and to advocate for support systems that can prevent another promising life from ending too soon. His story is heartbreaking, yet it is also a call to action.